you're going to put on the sponge to start with?
I just put it right in the center.
Oh.
I mean, that's...
Oh, that's all you're doing. So
Yep.
you're not saturating the rest of the sponge.
No.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. So like that's maybe a dime or something.
And the one thing, like, especially when you've got ones that are kind of, you know, this is probably 3-4 feet here. The biggest thing you don't want to do is get too big with your section, especially when you're working in the sun. You can tell there's a little bit of a drag the first time. You just kind of have to work it. I'll go like this beat here. So I do the same like you guys do, just kind of
Lock it in, yeah.
square it off. You can tell once you go the first pass after it's a little smoother to apply. First bit's got a little drag to it. So I always like to kind of hold it in a quarter here.
So you're putting quite a bit of pressure on there.
Yeah. Because it's more so you want to feel like you're buffing, not removing excess, right? You're not
Right,
like,
okay, yeah.
once you get that first initial wipe off, you can kind of work a little bigger than your section, just to make sure that it's properly blended. You don't want to have to be like straight line, straight line, straight line, and then
Right,
you
okay.
might end up missing something.
Yeah. Like we do. Yeah. And then just a clean,
This
dry.
is a clean, dry one here,
Yeah.
just to smooth. But you can see, like, as I'm wiping like this, sometimes
Yes.
what happens when you get too saturated, you do that,
Yes.
and you get this little wipe there. So it's always,
So a little bit overlapping on each side and really
Yeah.
work it a little bit. Okay.
oh, you know, it's like anything else. You wanna
Yeah.
make sure you've got all your wipes, and then come to do the next one.
I just often when we do white holes,
Yeah.
we put blue tape, so it's just a,
Yeah, that's-
you know, we obviously go usually overlap.
So you're literally
So
just
again,
putting
I'm just
exactly.
Dot.
So a
Yeah.
dot, okay, because we were definitely putting too
more.
much on the first time.
Yeah, and that leaves sometimes, like you said, it
And
you
you're
get
not
a little saturated.
It works
here.
itself in, I guess, as we
Very,
move
very,
it.
very, very,
Very little, and it's
It's
not
covering.
It's covering, and you're putting a little. I can see you're putting a little bit more pressure on now. You're kind of squeezing the
Yeah.
sponge a little bit.
Excess
The
out.
more you go, the less you have to, unless you start finding at the end of your section you're not, it's not enough products coming on. You can just apply a little bit and it just
Sure. That's why I bought the tray. We kept kicking stuff. And now, can you start to feel the rag is curing a little bit, sticking? That's what we were finding.
Yeah, and that's more so the coating than anything. It's not necessarily the rag. I mean, these rags might be a little thin.
Right.
Sometimes that creates more because it's just there's not a lot of substance there. So
Okay, so you.
I want to try to keep it as flat as I can.
Yep. So what you say? Maybe get some thicker microfibers. Is that what you-
Yeah, that's what. Even the ones that we have are a little bit thicker than this, but I've even thought getting even a little bit thicker, just so it.
I think they call them
Makes it a
Turkish
little-
towels. They're really quite thick.
Yeah.
Um,
I haven't done it yet, but apparently if you soak the microfiber in vinegar
yeah.
and then wash them,
Yeah.
you can reuse the ones for the coating and they don't harden up on you.
Ah.